All right, episode 4. Just trying to come up with a title for this episode. China Rant, that was one title. The Wuhan virus tragedy, something like that. So, whatever the title is, this is going to be a good episode. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about the Wuhan virus, shall we? I know there's been a bit of an uproar as to whether or not you can call it the Wuhan virus, and maybe we should call it COVID-19. I am under the, how shall I say this? For me, it makes sense that wherever a virus comes, that's what you name it. So if it came from Cochrane, Alberta, we'd probably be calling it the Cochrane virus right now. But because it's from China, Wuhan, China, from here on in, I'm going to be calling it the Wuhan virus. Just so we're clear, the Wuhan virus, some people call it by the name of COVID-19, but it's really the Wuhan virus. So why am I calling this the China rant? Because I do feel that they should take some responsibility on this whole Wuhan virus thing. This isn't the first time that this has happened. This has happened a few times before. But what I don't understand, and maybe somebody can comment below, but please, please, I'm praying right now. I'm praying. I hope it's not true. Please tell me China did not open, specifically Wuhan, did not open up the wet markets. Please tell me that is fake news. That is a joke. That can't be possible. It can't be real that Wuhan is opening up the wet market when that's where it came from. It seems ludicrous to me. It would be like Chernobyl having people move in the day after finding out this whole place has gone up, the whole reactor meltdown. It'd be like having people maybe a year later saying, yeah, move back. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. No, you don't go back there. I find it bizarre. Like, where is Greta Thunberg in all this thing? Where did she go? I remember in the fall, she was, and this isn't a rant about her, but we need a person like that right now. In the fall, well, last year sometime, she did a UN meeting and she kept saying, I dare you, I dare you, I dare you. So until she shows up again, I'm going to say it. China, I dare you to do the right thing. I dare you. Shut down the wet markets. That's not helping anyone. Stop eating bat shit. Okay? Just stop eating it. Now, I know that may not be where it came from, but man, if you've seen any of these wet markets, like the meat, the different species that are stacked on top of each other and dripping blood and feces mixed, like these animals in their natural surrounding will never encounter each other. And China is mixing them up. Wuhan. And I know there's other countries, Thailand and that has wet markets, ton of them. But I'm just saying, like, man, just give it a break for a little bit. Give it a little rest. Fast from eating bats and bat soup and all this kind of stuff, all these delicacies, snakes, and live baby rats, all that stuff. Just give it a break for a little bit. Take a little break. It doesn't have to be forever. It just has to be for a season. Give us enough time to come up with a vaccine. Okay, we'll call the vaccine COVID-19 vaccine if you want. We won't call it the Wuhan vaccine. Whatever, but just give it a rest. Give it a little break. Stop with the wet market for a little bit. Okay, just let it subside for a bit. This can't be happening. This can't be real. Like, really, like, back to Greta, like, I wish a person like that would stand up and say, I dare you, China, do the right thing. Shut these places down. It's just weird that they're reopening everything up that way. It's mind-boggling to me. If I'm missing something, this would be a good time to comment. This would be a time to say, Shane, you know what? You're wrong, man. Wet markets are fine. They're fantastic. It makes sense to have monkeys and giraffes and zebras and cobras and and these whatever these type of armadillos or whatever, they carry the coronavirus, different types of viruses. It's okay to mix them in cages. It's fine. It's absolutely mind-boggling. And then for them to blame it on the US and say, like, whew, I don't know, it baffles me. With the World Health Organization, it does feel like they dropped the ball a little bit, because in January, they were talking about this disease is not transmitted human to human. If they had said that back in November, December, when this started happening, pretty sure it was November, it would have been nice to know. Thank you very much. Would have been nice to know. My wife got laid off last week, and I blame it on you guys. I blame it on Wuhan for not doing the right thing. I blame it on the government for not letting their scientists, their own people that were trying to speak out and say, hey, I think we have a problem. Maybe we should let other countries know. Nobody would blame you. In fact, we would send people to China to help you out. We would send our best. We'd send our best scientists. We would send all kinds of medications. We would send, what do you call those, respirators, all that kind of stuff. We would send it to you. We would, no problem, no questions asked. All you'd have to do is just ask and say, hey, you know what? Something happened at one of these wet markets, something crazy, and we're fearing that this could spread outside of Wuhan, and we're sorry, but this could end up being a pandemic. No problem. You know what? Hey, we're there. What do you need? What do you need, China? We will help you out. What do you need? Whatever it is, we will help. And if it's any country, Iran, Italy, Spain, what do you need? We'll help you out. But it's tough when it's spreading like gangrene and we didn't have enough notice, enough time. It's pretty tough. Now we're forced to shut things down. Restaurants may not bounce back. They may not come back at all. That's scary. You think a restaurant's going to bounce back in a month from now? I don't think so. So yeah, so that's it for this episode. It's a little bit of a rant, I will admit, but feel free to comment. Let me know if I'm a little bit off base. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Click on the bell. That way I upload an episode, you will get notified. Thanks for watching.